Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here, friends. Good morning. And this morning, I don't have much to say except an observation, and I'd like to have you guys comment about it. We have this JP Morgan Chase earnings results and stronger than expected. Of course, that's a very positive catalyst. And it's a no-brainer that trading has also contributed a big deal to this result because we guys have been trading like crazy. The stock markets have been very high. So all said and done, wouldn't people be afraid about the CPI, which is going to come up somewhere around 8:30? So we got core inflation rate and inflation rate month over month, year over year, CPI. All of these are very important readings. Is there not a single shred of doubt in anybody's mind that the tariffs might have filtered through this? It seems no, because as you can see, the futures are already high, 0.60 for Nasdaq, 0.40 for S&P 500, and even Dow is just marginally down by 0.04%. So this kind of indicates that the market believes it's going to be a very benign inflation report. And Kevin Hassett spoke yesterday. He said CAE report shows that inflation is benign. And I have a few theories behind this. The most plausible theory could be that CPI measures a basket of goods. So it's possible that the sellers are cross-subsidizing by taking higher tariffs that they paid on imported goods and passing some of them to domestic goods, and thereby keeping the basket a little bit stable. And CPI does not take everything into consideration, so good portion of the tariff might have leaked into products that are not part of the CPI. So the customer may feel it, but it may not show up on the CPI with the same strength. So a marginal increase in inflation, that is one possibility. The other possibility is that we have seen that the BLS data is not as reliable as it once was because there's a lot of extrapolation and all. We also remember the Sharpie gate, and when Trump is screaming at Powell, asking him to reduce the interest rate, it does cross anyone's mind that does it cross anyone's mind that just like the Sharpie gate, Trump may have asked that the CPI report be coming low? I mean, this could be a conspiracy theory, but is that a possibility? And we find it later. So I am circumspect about what's going to happen today. Around 8:30 a.m., we are going to get the CPI reports. And once those reports come in, we'll have an idea of what the hell is happening. But till then, I'm not believing this bump that we see in the market. Another aspect I want to talk to you about, which kind of indicates that the CPI is going to come benign, is that the 10-year yields are down, 20-year yields are down, and 30-year yields are down, all by around 0.2 to 0.3%. Okay, so when the yields go down, basically that would mean that maybe the central banker is likely to reduce the interest rates. So even the bond market is kind of indicating, yeah, the yields could be low. So is the fix in? Are we going to defy the laws of economics? I mean, yesterday I had released a video in which I explained how tariffs follow through for various kinds of commodities. Those don't have import substitutes, those that have local manufacturers, and those that don't have local manufacturers. In most of the scenarios, we saw that some amount of tariff definitely gets passed. And also, I think JP Morgan had earlier said that 70% of tariffs, according to their survey, is being passed on to the consumers. So where is the evidence of that data? Is it going to come somewhere in September? Those are the things that occupy my mind, and I'm not buying what's happening right now. So I'm going to wait on the sidelines for today. With that said, I'm just going to do a quick round of everything because if I don't have a conviction, nothing that I say is going to matter. So why waste my time and your time on the live stream by talking about things that I do not believe in? Good morning, Inf. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I'm looking at S&P 500 futures. S&P 500 futures. Let's go to the futures out here. So completely change it to a single window, go on to the 1-day time frame. So this is what we have. Let's recalibrate the chart. Just once more. Okay, so this is what we have. This diagonal red line of resistance has been respected time and again, and that says that today our top is 6,336 and the support is going to come from the 9-day exponential at 6,291. So that is the range for S&P 500. Bearish divergence still persists. Nasdaq, same story. We are up 0.60% in pre-market trading. So this assumes CPI is also going to be great. And remember, it's the tech companies which are leading the entire index. So if one were to look under the hood, probably there will be many companies which are not doing that well. But NVDA is on a jump after the meeting with Trump. Jensen Huang believes that he would be able to do H20 exports again to China. And if that is the case, and if Trump lives up to his word, then I think the price increase in NVIDIA shares is worth it. Unfortunately, I don't have any NVIDIA on me. I sold it off. So I'm just sitting with cash on the sidelines. I'm losing a lot of opportunities out here. But the flip side is that I can't take the risk if the market were to suddenly turn around. So I might be losing a lot of money, and I feel bad about that. But I want to fight my temptations to get back into the market. For Nasdaq today, we are Nasdaq futures. I think the upper limit is 23,371 and the lower limit is 22,956. That said, dollar index is showing a little bit of weakness, and we have already spoken about the bonds, but let me show you what is happening out here. In the bonds, we have had a higher start of the yield during the day, and then we came down. So we are on our way down as far as the yields are concerned. And once the CPI data and the inflation data comes up at 8:30, we could see volatility in the market. That's my expectations. And let's look at AI. Sorry, let's go to the indicators first. We have to finish the indicators off. S&P 500. We have resistance today at around 6,338 and support is going to be 6,267. That's the support for today. And if you look at, of course, the bearish divergence still persists. Just recalibrating the chart for you so that you can see the bearish divergence very clearly. And then we also see that the MACD is ready to cross over to the bearish side. Nasdaq also has got the bearish divergence out there, and resistance for today is going to be 23,175 and support is going to be 22,713. So that's the range for Nasdaq. VIX is subsided today. It's down 1.92% and gold is up 0.38%. It's on the way up, in my opinion. We have a very strong support from the 9-day and the 21-day exponential at 3335. And I have not yet bought into gold, but probably today I would do that. And then we have QQQ, which indicates that in the pre-market action, we are already up 0.56% and we are at 559.35. And our 9-day exponential is at 552.64. So the 9-day exponential is going to be the support for today. And even our diagonal line of resistance, which is at 558.62, could end up being the first line of support, assuming we open above that line, which is what it indicates right now. At the same time, we cannot ignore the bearish divergence that we see out here. So let me update the bearish divergence on the RSI as well. So on the MACD as well. So all of these things put together makes me hesitate in going forward. Put call ratio is mildly neutral to bullish. And then let's go on to AI and very quickly look at the key movers. NVIDIA is up 4.47%, and that's what is moving the markets heavily today, apart from the JP Morgan news. And I think for us, the support today is going to be 166.12. Those who are holding NVIDIA and had the stomach to hold on to it for so long, congratulations to you. You have made a whole lot of money. Now the decision for you is, are you going to worry about the bearish divergence? or are you going to continue holding it? That's the question, and it's a very good problem to have. Congratulations. Meta is up 0.55%, and Meta Zuckerberg is in a Delaware court for a $8 billion lawsuit from shareholders claiming Meta Platforms breached privacy agreements linked to the 2018 Campaign Analytica scandal. Okay, so that's a negative, but who cares? The market is up 0.48% for Meta. Google is up 0.20%. That's looking good. With regard to Google, I'm not too much worried about these jumps because I think it's got really good pricing ratios. Amazon is also up 0.31% in pre-market trades, and we definitely have bearish divergence out here. I mean, I'll just put a divergence line out here to show you how it looks. This is the line of resistance, but if you were to connect the tops out here, you have a bearish divergence already. So across the counters, the Mag 7s are showing bearish divergence. We have Apple also up 0.17, struggling quite a bit. Then we have Microsoft, which is down 0.21%. So while the market is going up, Microsoft is coming down. While all the Mag 7 were going down, Microsoft was going up. So I think there's an interesting dynamic out here. Are we going to form a reverse head and shoulder? I don't know, but we seem to be moving in that direction. In a way, if you look at it, it could also be a bull flag in formation. So nothing is clear right now, but my main concern is the diminishing bullishness, the bearish MACD, and the fact that we are overbought, and there is a bearish divergence. All of those are negative in my books. Tesla is up 0.25% in pre-market trades and is supported by the 9-day and the 21-day exponential in the range of $310 to $314. That's going to be the support levels. Right now we are at 317.67, up 0.24%. Oracle is up 1.23%. It's still going to get support from the horizontal line of support at 230.52. So that's going to be the support for today. And we have AMD, which is up 4.63%, simpatico with NVDA, and things are looking really great in the semiconductor world. And support is going to be at 143.95. SMCI is also jumping up to 3.76%. And it's up to $51.60 in pre-market trades, and support is going to be at 50.29. I'm going to mark this green. And we have Broadcom also up 1.39%. The 9-day exponential continues to be a support at 272.99. So that's what we have out here. And let's go back into Palantir, which is down 0.34% in pre-market trades. We have a support out here, really good support at 144.72. Mark this green for you. And then we have SMH, which is up 2.08%, a result of NVIDIA, Broadcom, AMD, all of them surging. This is looking excellent with a support at around 285 today. And Tempus AI is also up 1.69%. I was convinced that it is in a bearish trend, but it's trying to recover, maybe on the back of all the AI stocks bouncing. Now, having said that, let us go on and have a look at Genomics. Genomics is going to be moving along with the overall market. So I can see that Prime is up 0.10% in pre-market trades. Intelia is up 0.84% in pre-market trade. And we have resistance, which is going to be the 200-day exponential at 12.29, and support is going to be the 9-day exponential, which happens to be around 11.31, along with the horizontal line of horizontal line of support. So these two lines get together, 9-day exponential and the horizontal line of support at 11.31, and that's going to be a very strong support for today. Caribou Biosciences is up 0.59%. The 200-day and the 9-day exponential moving average are almost ready to form a golden cross, and jointly they are going to give support in the $1.58 region for Caribou Biosciences today. Very strong support indeed. The chart is starting to look pretty good. Beam Therapeutics is up 0.76%, and we already have two golden crosses, and the 9-day exponential is going to provide support today at around 20.31, while the 200-day exponential at 21.98 is going to be the resistance for today. Altimmune is down 0.70%, and I think Altimmune is not looking that great. Today I will end up disposing of the little holdings I have of Altimmune, and let's go on to Verve Therapeutics. Verve is up 0.36%. It's right now at 11.07, whereas the 9-day exponential is at 11.02. The moment it falls below the 9-day exponential, I think I would be a little bit worried. Editas is up 1.05%, and in case of Editas, we have got a lot of golden crosses forming, and the 9-day exponential is the support for today at 2.75. Illumina is down 0.32% in pre-market trades. The 9-day exponential at 98.06 is the immediate support, followed by the 21-day at 94.78, whereas the resistance is going to be the 200-day exponential, which happens to be at 102.59. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 1.54% today. The 9-day exponential at 54.64 is going to be the resistance, it's going to be the support for today. And then Allogene is flat in pre-market trading. Grail has got no trades pre-market, and the 50-day exponential at 41.02 is the resistance today. PSEB is up 0.68%, and it has managed to convert the resistance at around 1.47 into support for today. And then ARCG is up 0.44%. It has got the minor line of support out here, and also the 9-day exponential providing support. So the immediate support is at 25.19, which is the 9-day exponential moving average. We have Vertex, which is down 0.10%, and 9-day exponential continues to be a support there at 466.43. We got Ginkgo Bioworks, which is up 0.40%, and it's going to pay some $17.75 million to settle some claims from shareholders alleging inflated revenue and hidden risk for shares. So I think there is going to be an outflow from Ginkgo Bioworks. That's a negative catalyst, but pre-market we are up 0.40%. Therefore, our resistance is going to be the 9-day exponential at 10.61, and support is going to be at 9.35, which is this horizontal line of support. So friends, that along with Precision is up 2.56%. It has touched $2 in pre-market trades. I'm glad I held on to it for a while. Most probably I will try to sell a part of it. I had around 1,000 shares. I might end up selling a little bit of it and book some profits. As you know, I'm highly risk averse. Don't go by what I am doing. If you are a young person and if you have got the risk appetite, look at your risk appetite, look at your portfolio, how much money you're invested in, how much cash you're carrying. So don't let me influence you with my risk averseness, because I'm a very risk averse investor, and I think I might end up leaving a lot of money on the table. So that's my situation. So friends, I would like to hear from you guys what you are doing, and if you have any tickers that you want me to talk about, this would be the time to let me know. Other than that, I think I'm very curious to know what happens with the CPI earnings. Is the fix in? Is it going to be a Sharpiegate kind of a thing that we look back in retrospect and say, yeah, we should have known it? Because in the light of the CPI coming in, we are seeing reduced bond yields. We are seeing the pre-market surging. Does that mean that some people are confident that the inflation readings are going to be benign despite such tariff measures that have been taking place? Agreed that there is going to be the front loading effect where people have imported a whole lot of goods in advance in order to avoid the tariffs, and they have been running out of that stock, and that held the inflation back for a while. And then the second possibility also is that, let us say you are selling 10 products, out of which 3 are attracting tariffs, and the remaining 7 are domestic products which don't attract tariff. So you could cross-subsidize. I think guys like Walmart and others are doing that already. You could cross-subsidize by taking some of the costs of the tariffs from the imported items and moving those costs into the domestic item to cross-subsidize and keep the general price down. And maybe that has helped the tariffs to leak out of the CPI, and therefore the CPI may end up looking benign. There are a whole lot of possibilities apart from a conspiracy theory of reporting wrong numbers. I'm not saying the government is going to report wrong numbers, but the fact remains that there are always revisions that have happened, at least in the employment side. And so therefore I think I'm very, very cautious today. I'm staying out. I'm just going to watch, take profits where I can, and increase my cash holdings. So that's me, my friends. And with that, I would like to end this live stream, and I'll catch up with you again. I'll go have my breakfast, get ready for the day. Bye for now.